Welcome to Majestic Mining. Today we're talking about reclamation. Majestic Mining performs reclamation through a 503c corporation called Majestic Reclama. Majestic Reclama is a 503c corporation affiliated with Majestic Mining LLC. Majestic Reclama performs restoration of the land after heavy metals, sulfides, oxides, and other potentially hazardous materials are removed from Majestic Mining and other mining sites that Majestic deems suitable for restoration, and in the interest of the general public to renew and revitalize the land. Some present and past mining techniques left a blight on Arizona's landscape. Large sections of ore mining dump and tailings from sluicing was piled or dumped in areas where soil and sands just sat. Little or nothing will grow in these areas as there was no soil for the plants to cling to, the pH was wrong, and the water simply ran off these areas. Further, the rocks and sediments contained oxides, sulfides, and heavy metals of all types. As the water runs off these areas, they carry constituent particles of the oxides, sulfides, and heavy metals contained in the ore. Some of these mining sites, heavily mined from 1860s to the 1940s, have unpotable water in the aquifers and groundwater surrounding as a result. This furthers the desertification of Arizona's landscape as it poisons the flora and fauna, not allowing flora to propagate, rendering water unusable even for humans. The land itself can heal if given a chance. Removing the oxides, sulfides, and heavy metals is the first step in permaculture, arresting the leaching of harmful elements into the groundwater and environment, creating a pH balance restorative where the soils can be retained for plant life. The technique known as terracing using permaculture creates swales which are long, narrow, usually shallow troughs between the ridges, sometimes called berms, running parallel to the contour of the land and hills the swales that are situated on. These contours are between 20 and 25 feet wide and rise 3 to 7 feet in height, similar to a fishhook shape laying at a 45-degree angle on the horizontal. The ground rock is used with other crushed rock to form an area which the runoff from the above altitudes can collect and fill in the swale, giving the water longer times within the soil before draining away. The swale is also filled with organic material that absorbs water, such as logs, branches, twigs, mulch, and other compost. The last top foot to 18 inches is filled with other organics such as peat, mosses, peelings, leaves, shells, and other shavings. As the organic material decays, mycelium from fungus penetrates all layers and begins to extract the usable nutrients. Worms, sow bugs, pill bugs, and other insects, even beetles, work into the material to a usable soil within months. A small layer of topsoil and ground cover is added to protect and provide an added layer of protection to animals creating the soil. Ideally, the swales are created just before the monsoons in Arizona. This affords the soaking of material and aids decomposition of organics. As it works, the swales fill, they soak up the water, prevent rapid runoff and evaporation. Arizona only has a 3-month window in which it receives most of its precipitation, but in that time, the rain brings 6 inches more of groundwater to an area. Permaculture aids in nature in the fact that it preserves and holds the water longer, allowing plants and fungi time to grow and provide an added layer of protection to animals creating the soil. This shade further retards evaporation in hot months of the year and brings the ground temperature down, allowing roots to establish themselves and prevent erosion. Majestic Reclama will use these permaculture techniques to restore the land to a greener state, lower the ground temperature, add shade that aids growth, and conservation of water. Overall, permaculture techniques have historically been practiced in arid regions. Similar swales and berms have restored lands once believed lost to the deserts of Africa and the Middle East. In the 1940s, permaculture was practiced in Arizona, and some of the swale areas still exist today, with vibrant soil, trees, bushes, and grasses, even in the driest areas of Phoenix and Tucson. Working with the Forestry Service, Bureau of Land Management, and local businesses and communities, like-minded people, Majestic will extract the oxides, sulfides, and heavy metals using only water and gravity in their mining techniques. Excess sediments, metals, oxides, and sulfides can be removed. The sediments can then be used to build swales and berms. Working with state and county groups, MAJESTYK Reclamo will obtain the organic material for use in swales as described in terracing and permaculture techniques. Using an approved plantings and seedlings prescribed by the Forestry Service, Bureau of Land Management, universities, and other groups, MAJESTYK Reclamo can reclaim areas lost to bygone mining techniques and restore Arizona's landscape to a pristine and ecologically sound state.